TikTok is not a social media platform anymore, right? It's an entertainment platform. So you need to stop thinking about it in the same way that you think about Instagram, where you're almost guaranteed to be served up updates from your close friends, your personal connections, and the brands that you follow, and start thinking about it like Netflix. Because Netflix and TikTok are both powerful content engines, and they serve you up content based on what you've watched before and what you enjoyed. I actually like to think about TikTok a little bit like a television, because I think the way that we scroll through the For You page is very reminiscent of how we used to flick through the TV channels, right? The only thing that's going to stop you from clicking or scrolling is when you recognize your favorite show. Or maybe you see something that you've watched before and you remember that you had a good time the last time that you watched it. First step is to start with what's interesting, okay? Because it feels obvious, but you'd be surprised there are a lot of brands out there who might have the best production team and the best presenters, but if your content is not interesting to begin with, then no one's going to watch it. Right, step 2. Once you've found your concept, you need to find a thing about it that earns the attention. There are 2 ways that you can do this. The first is through format familiarity. I like to use the example when a friend or a family member says, "Oh my God, you need to go and watch this new TV show. It's amazing, you'll love it," and you're nodding along, but deep down you're thinking, "Nah, I'm gonna go rewatch my favorite show for the 13th time." And that is because we feel safety, we feel comfortable in knowing the outcome and in the familiar. And you can apply that same logic when creating content, because for a cold viewer, even if they've never heard of your brand before, if they kind of recognize what you're doing and they're familiar with the concept or the format, they're more likely to watch. I want you to remember that scalability is your secret to unlocking sustainability, because you are far less likely to burn yourself out focusing all of your time and energy into one format and doing it really, really well than you are trying to juggle 50 new ideas every single month. And to go back to the ideas treadmill idea from earlier, I want you all to stop chasing that next idea and actually invest that creative energy into building up the first one into something that people remember, because that is the goal to winning on TikTok.